Hey everybody, welcome to the Long Play Review.
Long Play Review.
You know, we started a little while back with the idea of doing album reviews, but all of our album reviews are a little, I don't know.
Basic.
Yeah, vague.
Very basic.
And so today we listened to a whole album, and it's an album that, we've heard before. Most of it anyways. Probably a few songs we haven't heard, but anyway, it was Blood Sugar Sex Magic by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And it's a really cool album cover.
Oh, yeah.
I love the album cover. Now, let me say something a minute about the construction of the album. It's amazing when you pick this thing up and you feel the density and the weight.
Yeah.
Now, we're the whole point of this series is not just the reviews of the records, but bringing back the excitement about listening to vinyl. Mm-hmm. And the way it used to be, and the records used to be 180 gram and heavier vinyl, and as they got mass produced and more kind of sold out to the corporations, they started making thinner vinyl, real flexible. I remember some of my old records in the 80s. You could just take them, they go whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Kind of like a blade on a saw, on a hand saw. They were so thin, but these don't do that. They're thick, they're heavy, they're massive, they're stout, and the construction of the cover is really nice too. It's not just paper thin. It's actually a creation of something substantial. And I've said it before, this is probably arguably the best canvas for art that there is.
Oh, yeah.
1 square foot per side of an album cover. So anyway, great cover.
And like I said, a lot of it is songs that everybody knows because this is one of their most popular, probably, albums.
Mm-hmm. It's a double album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the first track is called Power Equality. And the notes I wrote down was amazing bass tone. But you're going to hear that throughout the whole album.
We're going to say that constantly, Yeah.
Flea is just amazing. Incredible bass. And the tone is always incredible. There was a low pitch rap at the end of the song that I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah.
And you don't hear Anthony do that much.
He raps a lot in his music. It's not considered rap.
Right.
But he raps a lot in his music, and it's usually higher and really fast lyrics and tongue twister kind of stuff, He's really good at that. That's kind of a signature of his, But yeah, this one, it was different.
Track 2 was If You Have to Ask.
I remember just how tight everything was.
Yeah.
Sometimes the bass is up front, sometimes the bass is in the back, and the snare drum is way out front. Mm-hmm. And Rick Rubin is the producer on here that engineered this. And he is so good at mixing. He's so good at orchestrating that, because generally, like if we were to do something like that and put the snare drum out front, we would struggle with it covering up things.
Right.
It's too loud. But he knows how to figure that out and put it right in the pocket, squeeze those frequencies, get them in the right spot, and that bass is in the back, and it's so tight, but it's very substantial.
Yeah, in fact, we talked about a little bit that a lot of times the drums were dry. It's like no reverb at all, just real tight. And you'd think, with us especially, we wouldn't like it. It wouldn't sound right.
Yeah.
But listening to it on here is just perfect.
Yeah.
Everything fits exactly how it should.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through some of these songs that everyone probably knows, like Breaking the Girl, and Suck My Kiss, which was a big hit for them.
Yeah, it's weird. They have weird titles. Yeah. They have pretty unique titles.
Give It Away.
Yeah.
That's title track.
Huge.
Oh, yeah. Give It Away is gigantic.
And the way he rolls his tongue. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
People that don't even like the Red Hot Chili Peppers like that song.
Yeah.
So it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Under the Bridge.
I like Under the Bridge a lot.
Me too. I like the story behind it, how it's like John found the lyrics in the, say, hey Anthony, what's this? And then they started working on it and came up with it. It's pretty cool.
Didn't you tell me that their process is the band kind of writes the song and then gives it to Anthony, and then he figures out what the lyrics are going to be to put over top of it?
Yeah, the way I understand it is they just jam. They jam out the song, and they put this is the verse, this is the chorus, this is the bridge or whatever, and then they just give it to Anthony, and he just fills in the lyrics.
Yeah.
But with Under the Bridge, it was different because he'd wrote the poem, and then John Frusciante had found it and said, hey, what's this?
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're fans of Rick Beato. He's got a great channel. And in some of the stuff he was talking about, we re-listened to this song because it was one of his great What Makes a Song Great videos.
Right.
And we re-listened to this song after we watched it. And it's when he pointed it out, it's true. You listen to the vocals. He said Rick Rubin went through a period where he didn't put even reverb on vocals. Mm-hmm. And you can really hear it in the leads on this. They're very dry.
Yep.
Really dry.
So a lot of these other songs that don't get played on the radio and stuff, and you kind of understand why. It's almost like they could tell the songs that weren't as magical as the others,
right?
And they just kind of put them on the end of the album. So
just like a filler song.
Yeah.
So what I find interesting is these bands do albums different than when we record an album. For example, we write enough songs and go, okay, we got enough songs for the album. Mm-hmm. These guys write a ton of songs, and then they pick which ones fit best for the album. And I know they're doing that with their last album they did. They had, 50 songs they wrote, and then they picked what they wanted on that album.
That's what I heard.
Is that a double album too, the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this being a double album, 4 sides, if they did the same thing on this album, on side 4, there's only 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 are average length songs. Song 3 is really long. And then song 4 is just this tiny, silly little filler. It's like 3 and 4 fillers.
Yeah.
But like the 4th song is this silly, goofy little goofing off thing. Yeah. And it's only about a minute long. Why wouldn't they pick good songs?
Some better songs, yeah.
To finish side 4. I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was because the rest of the album was so genius.
Maybe.
That when you get to the end, you get to that 4th side of the second record, it gets kind of daunting.
Maybe so. Maybe the last song, too, is just a little, hey, let's have a fun thing at the end, and it's only a minute long, and it's almost like a secret song where you hear on an album someone's goofing off and it's over, and, Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
But you would think they would put some good songs on there.
Although I did kind of enjoy the Sir Psycho Sexy was the comedic value of the lyrics. It was kind of funny.
It was pretty funny.
The way he was singing it.
Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of how we wrote our song, Dental Hygiene.
Yeah. Yep.
So we had, with our band Face in the Crowd, we had a song, Dental Hygiene, that meant absolutely nothing. The words were all over the map, but it was funny and it was silly, and it ended up talking about a toothbrush and bad breath and all this and stuff. But it was a fun song. It was a really good song and people really liked it. And this kind of reminds me of that. I wonder if they had some kind of a similar process of writing just to be goofing off and come up with anything and make a song out of it.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
The difference would be that this song is like 6 minutes long.
Yeah. So, yep.
Anyway, that's our review of Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I give it 2 thumbs up. I think it's a great album.
I'm not going to give it 2 thumbs up or 5 stars because my personal peeve is I don't like foul language in albums.
Right.
If you don't like foul language, this is not an album you want to listen to. It's very full of a lot of foul language. But musically speaking, just without ignoring that and just looking at it from a musical standpoint, it's an excellent, excellent album.
Yep.
Because it is so funky and tight. Of course, that speaks to the core of what I like to do when I play drums, is very tight, concise, and a lot of funky, jazzy stuff. And this, I mean, that Flea is an amazing bass player.
Yep.
Very well recorded. Rick Rubin's the boss, man, when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah.
He's so good. He's worked with the Beatles. He's worked with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. He's worked with everybody. I think he's even worked with like Bob Dylan and stuff like that too. He's so good. So, cool album.
Very cool.
All right.
If you don't have it, go get it.
Okay. What's the back? Show them the back.
It rocks.
Does it open? It doesn't open. It's not,
it doesn't
it's
open.
not a gatefold. Okay. All right. Double album. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Until we meet again with another long play review, we'll see you next time. And
don't forget to push record.
See ya.